Picture this. It's a Tuesday, 8:30 in the morning, and you've got a suspicious-looking letter in your hands. You open it up, and it's a demand for $4,000 on a truck you don't even own anymore. The truck you bought brand new a few years back when you traded in your old car. But they came and repossessed that brand new truck back in the spring, after you missed a couple of payments and they wouldn't give you any breathing room. When they took it, you figured that was the end of it. They got the truck, you ate the loss, it was done, and you moved on with your life. But the letter says you still owe $4,000 for the repossessed truck. You read it twice over because none of it makes any sense. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how a truck that was repossessed back in the spring is still sitting on your kitchen table, demanding money. It isn't your mistake, and it isn't bad luck. The system was built this way, on purpose. This is the trade-in trap, with methods so clever you'd miss them if you weren't paying attention. And the latest numbers we have, from 2024, say 1.7 million people fell into this trap and had a vehicle repossessed the same way, the most since 2009. The trade-in trap is built so the truck you need takes money from you whether you keep it or lose it, whether you pay it off or they repossess it. There's no version of this where you come out ahead. It makes 5 moves on you. I'm going to walk you through all 5, and the 5th move is the one that should scare you, because it's the proof that none of this is left to chance. It's by design. Back in the old days, maps used to have a warning for the dangerous areas. Here be dragons, a warning to stay out. And I'm telling you, just like the old maps, there should be a Here be dragons warning sign over the paperwork at every trade-in desk in America. But there isn't. What we have is a handshake and a friendly man telling you not to worry. By the end of this, you'll know why that warning isn't there, and who's getting paid to keep it down. Let's get into it. Move 1, the rollover. Let me show it to you with a real person and real numbers. Meet Marcus. Marcus runs electrical for a living. Good with his hands, thinks he's good with his money. 4 years ago, he bought a truck on a 72-month loan, 6 years, because the salesman put it all on the monthly payment and stretched out long enough, anything looks affordable. Now, it's 4 years later. The truck runs fine. But Marcus is tired of it. His head's been turned by the marketing on the new model, and the warranty's about to expire. He doesn't want to be on the hook for repairs himself. The dealer keeps mailing him offers, so he heads in to trade up. Here's the thing, though. Marcus isn't walking in blind. He knows he still owes about $31,000 on that truck, but 4 years in, his truck is only worth about $24,000. He's underwater by $7,000, and somewhere in the back of his mind, he knows it. He just wants that new truck badly enough to not do the math. Hold on to that wanting. We'll come back to it. And Marcus is not the exception here. Be honest, this is most people. In the first quarter of 2026, more than 3 in 10 Americans trading in a vehicle owed more on it than the thing was worth. The average gap was $7,183, the highest it's been in 5 years. So what happens to Marcus's $7,000? Watch closely, because this is the first move. The dealer doesn't make it disappear. He can't. He takes that $7,000 of old debt Marcus was already paying interest on, and stacks it right on top of the loan for the new truck. So now Marcus starts paying interest on it all over again. A second time, for 6 more years. That's why the dealer wants the trade-in. A truck you pay off is a truck that stops paying them. A truck you roll over never stops. Marcus drives off the lot in a brand new $60,000 truck, and he already owes $67,000. He is underwater before he reaches the first traffic lights on a truck he's owned for about 4 minutes. And his monthly payment climbs too, because he's financing more money. People doing exactly what Marcus just did are now paying around $932 a month, about $160 more than the average car buyer. Over 6 years, that's $11,520 extra, just to carry the debt from a truck he doesn't even drive anymore. That's move 1, the rollover. Marcus can afford it, so he keeps the truck. He'll just pay more than it's worth for years, and never quite catch up. That's not him being careless. That's move 1, working exactly the way it was built to. Now, you might be thinking, all right, but Marcus chose to trade in early. Nobody made him. That brings us to move 2, the stretch. And once you see it laid out on a calendar, you'll understand Marcus didn't really choose anything. The timing chose for him. 3 dates. Watch them line up. Date 1. The warranty. The average bumper-to-bumper warranty on a new vehicle runs about 3 years. After that, every repair is your problem. Date 2. The loan. The average new car loan now runs about 6 years. They stretch it that long on purpose. A longer loan means a smaller monthly payment, and a smaller payment is what gets you to sign. But it also means you spend years owing more than the truck is worth. So put those two dates side by side. Your warranty dies at year 3. Your loan runs to year 6. For the entire back half of that loan, you're making payments on a truck the maker no longer stands behind. And that's exactly when the big repairs start. So here's date 3. Repairs hitting, out of warranty, still underwater, the offers piling up in the mail. When does the average person crack and trade in? 4.3 years, according to the data. A record high, right in that dead zone, after the warranty's gone, before the loan's paid, at the deepest point of the hole. That's not 3 coincidences. That's a machine timed to 3 beats. The warranty runs out, the repairs begin, you're still years from owning it, so you roll it into a new loan, and the clock starts over. That's move 2. They didn't sell Marcus a truck. They sold him a calendar, built to push him back through the door right on schedule. So that's how the trap is built, and how it's timed. Move 3 tells you why. Why anyone would design it this way in the first place. Follow the money. Here's the part most people never learn, and it's the real dragon on the map. When a dealer arranges your financing, the bank hands them a wholesale rate, the buy rate. The dealer is allowed to mark it up before they hand it to you and keep the difference. It's a real, named practice. The industry calls it dealer reserve. So that friendly man in the glass office isn't a neutral helper finding you a good loan. He gets paid more when your rate is higher and your loan is bigger. And a rolled over loan is exactly that, bigger and longer. How much does that cost regular people? By the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's own figures, this markup pulls about $25.8 billion in extra interest out of car buyers every single year. The average hidden bump is about 2.5% on your rate, higher if your credit's weaker. And 79% of people have no idea it's even allowed. 4 out of 5. That's the warning that should be on the desk, and the reason it isn't. That's move 3. And here's the line that makes it land. That same markup, the dealer's profit, raises the odds of repossession for a subprime borrower by 33%. The thing the dealer gets paid to do is the same thing that puts a truck on the back of a flatbed. Which brings us to move 4, and to the person it happens to. Marcus had room to absorb all this. He keeps the truck and runs on the wheel. Denise doesn't have that room. Denise drives 40 minutes each way to a job that pays by the hour. She didn't have much for a down payment, so the rate she got wasn't 7%. It was 19. Same trap, steeper walls. The higher rate means she pays the balance down slower, so she goes underwater faster and deeper than Marcus ever did. Then her hours get cut. She falls behind. And for Denise, the music stops. The truck gets repossessed. And now you're back at that Tuesday morning letter from the start of this video. They take her truck, they sell it at auction for less than she owes, because she was underwater the whole time, and they send her a bill for thousands of dollars on a vehicle that's no longer in her driveway, with the old rolled-in debt still buried inside it. And in most states, that bill is perfectly legal. It happens to people every single day. That's move 4. Denise loses the truck and still pays. Same machine, it just takes more from the person who had less to begin with. That isn't a flaw in the system. That is the system. Which brings us to move 5. The one I told you, right at the start, would be the one to scare you. Here it is. And it's the proof that none of this is an accident. Go back to those offers that kept landing in Marcus's mailbox, right as his warranty was running out. I made that sound like coincidence. It isn't. There's software for this. The dealers run it, and the biggest one's been around for years. It plugs straight into the dealership's records, into the file on every single person who ever bought a truck there. And every day, it does one thing. It recalculates what you still owe against what your truck is worth today. Every day. Your name, your loan, your equity, refreshed while you sleep. And it's watching for dates. In the company's own words, it tells the dealer when your warranty is about to expire and when you are, quote, ready to trade. Now look back at the calendar I drew you. Warranty gone at 3 years. The trade-in pushed at 4. Those aren't just the timing of the trap. They are the exact things this software was built to watch for. So the day you cross into that window, underwater, out of warranty, right where the trap wants you, it flags your name and fires the offer. The letter in Marcus's mailbox was never marketing. It was a trigger. And that wanting, the urge Marcus couldn't shake, the one I told you to hold on to back at the start, that's what the machine is really hunting for. It doesn't strike when you need a truck. It strikes when you're most likely to want one. Warranty dying, repairs creeping in, the itch right on schedule. So hear me on this. Marcus didn't fail to resist that urge. The urge was the target. They just waited for the day it peaked and slid the offer across the desk. You were never a customer they hoped might come back someday. You were a position on a screen, checked every morning, harvested on schedule. The industry even has a name for it. They call it equity mining. That's move 5. And it's why you were never getting out of this on your own. Now, the industry has an answer ready for all of this, and I want to be fair to it. They'll say, nobody forced you. You chose to trade in early. You wanted the new truck. You signed the papers. The numbers were right there in front of you. Your choice, your signature, your problem. And part of that is true. Marcus signed. Denise signed. But you just saw what was waiting for them. The loan is stretched so long you stay underwater for years. The warranty dies at the halfway mark. On purpose. So by the time the repairs hit and the offers come, you're guaranteed to still owe more than the truck is worth. And there's a machine watching for that exact moment. The timing isn't your weakness. The timing is the product. You signed, yes, but you signed something built, so the only door out led to a deeper room. So here's the case, plain. It's a machine, timed to put you underwater and keep you there, while someone gets paid to make sure you stay. If you can carry it, you overpay for years. If you can't, you lose the truck and still get the bill. Either way, you lose. By design. So look at your own loan. Right now, not the monthly payment, the balance. Do you owe more on your vehicle than it would actually sell for today? Be honest with yourself. If the answer is yes, the trap already has you. You're underwater right this minute, and you didn't do anything wrong to get there. If the answer is no, then you're one trade-in away, because that's exactly where the next one starts you off. Either way, you're already inside the trap. The only question is which of the 5 moves it's making on you right now. Now you've seen the trade-in trap at work. All 5 moves. The old debt rolled into the new loan, with interest. The loan stretched long enough to keep you underwater for years. The rate marked up behind your back, so they make more on the loan than they ever made on the truck. The repossession, and the bill that still comes after the truck is gone. And the machine, watching your loan every single day, waiting to pull you back through the door right on schedule. 5 moves, and not one of them is an accident. The system is rigged against the middle class and the poor. And the trade-in trap might be the cleanest example of it I know, because it doesn't even look like a trap. It looks like a favor. Don't worry about the old one. We'll take care of it. That sentence costs people thousands of dollars, and they shake on it and say thank you. So go back to those old maps and the warning they put on the dangerous places. Here be dragons. There should be a sign just like it hanging over every trade-in desk in this country. There isn't. And now you know why. The only people who could put it there are the ones being paid for you to walk right past it. But you can't walk past a thing you can finally see. And now you can see it. You can't unsee it. Finance told through data. Money by numbers. Money by numbers exposes how the system is actually rigged. No courses, no newsletter, no portfolio to sell you. If that's what you want from a personal finance channel, subscribe. The next case file drops next week.